Action!
Eric Wall, Richard Hart. Hello, everyone. Eric's smarter than me. He knows more about blockchain than I do.
What you have with Hex is a specific construction that earns people interest on their coins.
Yes.
You have one address that earns more than anybody else, which is the originating address.
For the first year.
You have one address that earns more than anybody else, which is the originating address.
For the first year. Then it goes away.
Okay, but that still can be a fuck ton of money that goes to the original address.
Yeah, and who better to receive the money? Who did more work than that guy?
The original address.
Who did more work than that guy?
Wait. Time deposits.
Yes.
But when you make a time deposit, you actually give those funds to the bank. They become accessible to the bank.
Right.
If you stake something in Hex,
Yep.
who are you making it accessible to? Why should you have any right to earn interest on something that you don't loan out to?
You could call it virtual lending, and that you're lending it to everyone that's not staked. Because you could call it virtual lending, and that you're lending it to everyone that's not staked.
But you have one participant in this system that could dump a lot, and that would be you, wouldn't it? Though? Because you're the originator, and when you pull
whoever
out,
has that address, surprising if they didn't stake their own coins and increase their bags.
But at one point in time, they want to cash out.
Why would they need to sell Hex when they have a giant bag of Ethereum? If they're already getting all this Ethereum,
I think I missed that part. How are you accumulating a bunch of Ethereum?
You keep saying me, but I'm not ever going to accept that premise. It's the origin address, right?
And who is the origin address?
I actually don't know because it hasn't been selected.
What do you mean you don't know? You are the
It has to be selected. Maybe it's owned by a trust. Maybe it's owned by a company. Maybe it's owned by 10 people. Maybe it's owned by a really old priest in a third world country.
I mean, when it starts, how do you get?
I haven't decided.
What's the conversion rate though for the Ethereum versus the?
Yeah. So you get your base rate if you free claim Hex. And remember, when you free claim, we lock you up for 350 days minimum. You can choose a longer length if you want more bonuses. If you lock 36, 41 days, about 10 years, you get 3x the shares. So you get a lot more shares if you stake longer.
But do you get your Ethereum back at the end of it?
No.
Okay, but Ethereum, what do you do with your Ethereum and the original address that receives that Ethereum? What can they do with it?
So the origin address gets a copy of bonuses, not base claims, not interest, just copy of bonuses.
They receive the Ethereum.
Well, the flush address, which is the second address, gets the Ethereum. Right. So if someone runs the flush function, then it sends that Ethereum to the flush address. They're going to be two different addresses.
Who controls the flush address then?
If I told you that, it might be a violation of the Howey test because you might expect benefit from it, and you must not expect benefit from it. So you know how easy it would be for me to make you big promises? I used to own a marketing company with 150
employees. But you got to tell me how it works. I mean, I know when I send your ETH. Why would I send my ETH?
You lose your ETH.
I lose my ETH.
And you get Hex.
But who gets the ETH?
You're not supposed to know that, right? But then it can become a security, right?
It's if you say it. Can somebody look at the code and figure it out? And can I say it?
There's an address, yeah. And if you do chain analysis, you can see what it does with the money. And if it stakes, you'll know it.
Okay, so there is an address.
Sure.
And that address is going to be controlled by someone, whoever launches the Hex project or whatever.
Or a group of people. Or a distributed anonymous exchange. Or a robot. Or they could lose the keys in a boat accident. You're not supposed to know that.
The owner is the one that's making the big bucks out of the Hex system.
Depends, but you're not supposed to know that.
Where you know that there's a specific actor that has a edge on everybody else.
Okay. Are you familiar with a project called XRP? I own a marketing company with 150 employees that did 60 million a year turnover from scratch that I founded. I'm an internet marketing expert. I can make you huge fucking promises very easily. They're cheap to make. I got a line of people dying to buy them right now. I got a line of people dying to buy them right now.
And why would there be demand for this stuff?
Have you seen the CoinMarketCap top 100?
Yes.
Nothing has adoption, and yet everything is worth billions. Have you seen the CoinMarketCap top 100?
Yes.
Nothing has adoption, and yet everything is worth billions. So it turns out that in crypto, you do not need to have utility, you do not need to have demand, you need to have a good story and good marketing. You do not need to have utility, you do not need to have demand, you need to have a good story and good marketing.
And they're going to stake them, and then they're going to increase their Hex supply.
And they're going to buy more.
They're going to buy more.
And they're going to buy more. And they're going to buy more. And they're going to buy more.
Ethereum, which, if you saw my experiment, takes 25 days to sync a fucking node.
No one cares. It doesn't matter if you have a full node.
But sorry, Rich, this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Who better to receive the money? Who did more work than that guy? Good talk, man.
Good talk.
You got it.